Hey guys, today you'll be watching a gameplay of Search and Destroy. We did good. We did lose the match though. We tried. So tomorrow will be 9/11, which is we like to pay our respects to everyone that has died in the Twin Towers, right? And everyone in the planes. Also everyone that tried to help someone out of there, you know, to make a difference. But today we're gonna be talking about something in particular having to do with it, which is like a conspiracy theory, right? So the conspiracy theory will be about obviously 9/11. But my first question to you is, do you think that it was an inside job? Do you think that terrorists actually did it? Or what do you believe? You know, feel free to leave your opinion or something. But okay, let's get started. So first, steel beam is not supposed to melt even with jet fuel. Steel beams are supposed to melt after several hours of being burned. And they have to be especially above like 2000 degrees Fahrenheit and Celsius. I don't know what that is, so I'm sorry everyone else. But right, they're supposed to withstand 2000 degrees Fahrenheit, and they're supposed to last for several hours even after being on fire, or, you know. Okay. But the Twin Towers were especially made with special beams and material to withstand plane crashes, bombs, hurricanes, strong winds, you name it, right? Everything, right? It's supposed to withstand everything. But how is it that supposedly jet fuel melted the steel beams and made it collapse? In other cases, in several places around the world, there has been plane crashes into different skyscrapers, and none of them have fallen, even though most of them have like less quality material. I want to say, like they're just normal skyscrapers. They're not built like the Twin Towers were. They're not built with special steel beams and everything, right? They're just normal skyscrapers, and they're built like way before the Twin Towers. So it's like, how is it possible that two buildings built specially to withstand a plane crash just fell apart, just collapsed on everyone? What do you think, right? So what do you think? Feel, you know, say something, right? Don't feel afraid to express yourself, but most of y'all are just gonna go utterly with hate and everything, but it's okay, you know, here to express yourselves. So there's that, right? Pentagon wrote, okay, in the Pentagon supposedly it was reported that that the plane like flew close to the ground, like scraped on the lawn and went into the building, but the diameter of the hole that was left in there is only partial to the width of the whole plane. The whole plane should have taken out at least more than half that wall, but in this case it was only a small part of it. Now if you don't believe me, you don't have to, right? You could Google it, Google whatever I say, right? Most of y'all probably won't, but this is what I hear. So there's that, right? There's that. And it's like all the video cameras, there's footage, don't get me wrong, there's footage. There's supposed to be footage from across the street from a security camera, right? But everyone that was in there that saw the footage was approached by the government and told not to speak of anything. Now y'all might ask, well, how do you know? How do you know they told them that? You weren't there. How can you prove it? You're right. Can't prove they told them that. But in the footage, they don't show the whole thing. They only show after the explosion happens. But once the explosion happens, you don't even see the backside of the tail of the plane, which is like, how is the explosion gonna start, but the debris of the plane is just not there? The debris is so small that people could pick it up in their hand. It's not supposed to be the case. The debris in there does not even match other debris of other airplanes that have been like crashed, right? Exactly. Okay, now going back to the Twin Towers. Twin Towers, the second tower that was hit collapsed in 10 seconds around it, estimated. But how is it that the second tower collapsed way quicker than the first tower? The first tower had already been hit, had already been burning for several minutes, and the second tower got hit couple of seconds, minutes. It started to collapse, which is how did it collapse before the first tower? And many people, including reporters, people that were on the site, have reported that there was a second explosion, which there's videos, right? There's a video that you see like around the middle part of the building. You see like this explosion, and that's when it starts to fall. Everything collapses. And you're just like, well, I was just like, wow, it is true, right? There's a second explosion. So that's at the point where everyone was evacuated out of the area, because there might be a third explosion. Which is like, how is there a second and third explosion, but it was only one plane? And now you might think, oh, well, all that fuel burned everything and everything, right? So everything caught fire. Okay, yes, I understand. But you gotta keep in mind that the buildings have several cooling tanks in case of fires. Okay, so there's that, right? The whole building is supposed to withstand all that heat and everything. But did it? Not really. So guys, I think this is where I'm just gonna finish this. You know, you have any thoughts? Leave a comment below. Something, right? Hate, support, whatever, right? It's open topic. And thanks for watching and listening. And don't feel free to express yourself.